Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of CaseyBuilds Live. Today we are going to just take a ride on the Mandalorian excitement bus and work on the child. This one's not too big of a set, and it's kind of similar to the Yoda, which I have right here. Kind of similar to the previous Yoda set, but it will be a little smaller, and the green actually looks a little lighter. I don't know if that's just because of the ink that they used. But yeah, we're doing the child today. So thank you very much. And I'm hoping that everybody's caught up with The Mandalorian, that you're all watching it right now. It's certainly I feel like this second season of it has been as good as the first. I'm not going to say anything about it, no spoilers, but we're really enjoying it a lot. So this has got to be probably the cutest Lego piece ever. We have a tiny little, it's barely bigger than, let's see if I can hold both. Barely bigger than a single 1x1 piece. It's about the same size. I know that's not a great shot, but anyway. That is a mini fig. We're going to put him right over there. Micro fig, yes. Baby Yoda. So if you haven't watched any of The Mandalorian yet, and you've been just otherwise under a rock all this time, sorry for that spoiler. But I don't think there's a I don't think it's possible to know to live in the to live in the world today and not be at least aware of the existence of the little baby Yoda, which of course is not its name. Everybody calls it Baby Yoda. Technically, Disney wants you to call it the child. Yeah, Lex was very thoughtful in letting us do this one on the stream. She really wanted to do it when it arrived, but being a team player here, yeah, it will be exciting to see if they ever give it a name, explain anything more about the species, or know about its connections to Yoda or anything like that. Can't imagine they're ever going to wrap this up and not give us all of that information. So seems like maybe it's just a matter of how long they feel like dragging it out. But it is a great series. Oh, I'm not really did a poor job centering myself today. Let's scooch. There we go. That's a little better. Okay. Yeah. Yes, everybody tell Lex thank you. So similar to these other sorts of sets, the standard Yoda and the Porg, R2-D2, all of these sets, they're kind of similar in that you build kind of the main core of the thing, and then you hang stuff off of it. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Right now we're building up the inner bits. Oh, hey. Oh, hello there, motherboard. And secret squirrel. Hello, everybody. Okay, let's see if we have that all. Yep, that's all lined up. We actually just watched this week's episode of The Mandalorian while we were eating lunch today to get ourselves ready for the build. Seemed thematically appropriate. Okay. And I'll mention this again later, so apologies for being repetitive. Just want to make sure as many people as possible can hear it. There will not be a build tomorrow, but there will be one next weekend on Sunday. Nothing on Saturday next weekend, so we're kind of flip-flopping back and forth on the weekends here. So no build tomorrow, but there will be a Sunday after Thanksgiving. So there'll be a full Sunday to Saturday week of no building next week, but there will be on the Sunday. Hopefully that's not too confusing.
You could do Saturday if you wanted to.
Just making a whole lot of scaffolding here. By the way, this set is just over 1,000 pieces, so it'll probably take us not quite 2 hours today. 8 bags. Instructions are only 164 pages, so not a huge set. I think it's actually going to be more like the Porg than it was like Yoda. The Yoda set was bigger, I think. Yoda was 1,700 pieces. Okay, almost done with all these fiddly little guys here. Okay. Man. Okay, so one of the things that we're doing with this set right now is basically prepping it to hang a whole bunch of stuff off the sides. So it's going to be very much like the Porg in that sense, where we have this center core pillar, this column here, and what we're doing with all of these Technic pieces with the blue bits in them is we're creating sides that we're going to be able to put things on, and then we're building up like this to build the core, but because of all of these blue little half connector studs, you can see we'll be able to actually build from on all 4 sides. We'll be able to build up, and so we'll be able to build up and out to give the build sideways to give this thing a better shape than we would be able to otherwise. But that's what all these blue bits on their sides are, on the Technic piece sides, are going to be for, because you can put pieces right onto those. It's not the most structurally sound thing, but it should be good enough for this. It's not going to be a huge set. It doesn't need to be rock solid. Oops. Unlike the like when we're building a different type of model, like the bat week last weekend, because of the size and because you're going to be picking it up from from lots of different ways, it needs to have a lot more structure. It needs to be a lot more sturdy. This one, it's still gonna firm up quite a bit when we start putting pieces around on the sides, but it doesn't. It's a different type of a piece, or a different type of build here. It doesn't need to be as strong. But I also think that once we start building out on the sides, this thing's gonna be a lot closer to just a brick, just a one big hunk here. And this is fun. This is probably going to be what we attach the head to. It's going to let it articulate a little bit, I would imagine. Okay. More little blue tabs. Not only do all these blue tabs sticking out give us a big sideways platform to build on, but when we actually attach things across these, assuming things will span across all of them, it'll hold it all together well as well. This is probably the end of the first bag here. When we flip the page, we'll find out. Yep, that's that. Onto a whole lot of little brown pieces. Okay, we're going to set that to the side here. And now we are working up either the front or the back. Not quite sure. But basically, we're going to build one big thing and then poof, stick it on here. And one thing that they're going to probably do a lot with this to give it a real natural feel is it'll be close to symmetrical, but most likely it's not going to be perfectly symmetrical to give it a more natural look.
But real life is not symmetrical.
Because why?
Real life usually isn't symmetrical.
Yeah, real life is not usually symmetrical. Rivers don't usually flow in a straight line. So with these sorts of sets, they intentionally build in fake randomness to give it that normal, natural look. Speaking of the people who designed these sets, I was looking at it out a little bit. And as of about a year ago anyway, I'm not sure if it's still the case, but I was reading an interview with there are two main guys in charge of the Star Wars Lego designers, the team that creates most of these sets, and they are the team has about 10 people on it, and 8 of them are designers who work with the bricks, and then 2 of them are graphic designers who work on things like the stickers and the instructions and the box art, stuff like that. But there are 2 guys who've been doing it since Lego Star Wars sets came to be. Let's see here. Does that go right there? It does. Yeah, so Lego Star Wars became a thing back in 1999. That's when the first sets came out.
Does that correspond with the prequels? No.
Well, yeah, actually, that would be right around that timing-wise would be with the prequels. Yeah. And 2 of them had been around since then. I can't remember one of them was Jens or Jans or something like that. And anyway, they've been around. The team's grown up to about 10 people. It was really interesting reading about how they all work together, and they kind of have a big open office bullpen. They will, when they're designing these things, they'll actually sketch them out first. I kind of assumed that when they were building them, they would just sort of start building, but apparently they start with sketches. And someone might sketch up a set, and then a different Lego builder will take the sketches and work with it. And basically, out of all of them, they're just kind of always sharing and rebalancing the load between everybody. Seems like a pretty cool collaborative sort of environment. And the team seems to stay somewhat constant. So same guy that designed these sets from 15 years ago, or however long my oldest ones are, 10 years ago. Actually, I don't know how old my oldest Star Wars sets are, but the same people who were making them back then. I'm sure there's been some changes in the teams, but the guys leading it are the same. So could very well be the same person who designed one of these older sets is still doing the same design on this one right here, which I thought was kind of neat. She's definitely part of why it seems like the sets, they grow in complexity and are constantly getting better, and I would imagine it's because they're constantly learning and figuring out better ways to do things, and they learn from previous sets that they've designed and are able to use that knowledge to make the next ones better. They were also talking about the Ultimate Collector Series Millennium Falcon, the big one, the 7,500 piece one. And apparently that one kind of started out as almost a joke or a dare or something, where they weren't really given anything any direction other than make the ultimate Star Wars set. Go wild. Don't feel like you're limited by anything. Just build it, and we'll figure out how much it's going to cost when you're done, kind of a thing. And it was sort of a, okay, well, if we're gonna go for it, we're gonna go big. And so it didn't have much of a structure to the. They didn't know what they were doing when they started. They just started going for it, and it turned into the massive, awesome thing that it was. So, not only is the build a very unique build, but for them to create it was a very unique process. Which I think is pretty neat. So as you can see, maybe poorly, by layering, and we've done this in other sets too, but by layering up a whole bunch of flat pieces like this, we're creating a landscape here that's going to be part of his robes. And when we go sideways with it, it'll attach on there, and it'll give a really nice, natural looking shape to him. And because we're going sideways, we can get a lot more fine detail using the flat sides of pieces, as opposed to if it was this way, then you'd be limited to the width of pieces, which obviously cannot be as granular. One little thing they just did here, I'll show you. So building up, came up to the top here, and there's a piece that is sticking over the edge, and I'm sure that's going to be used at some point here. Presumably this will be here, and then that will be used as kind of a lock or a key to let us know where we're supposed to be. It'll be a little guide for us later on, making sure that things are aligned correctly. They love doing little things like that, real subtle things to keep you on track. Especially since this set seems to be primarily one color, they can't do a lot to guide you using colors, and so they'll have a little notch here or there to keep you lined up where you need to be. Yeah, very nice texture to it. Gives it a real nice shape. Oh, we have more sticking up on the top here, so. Perhaps that wasn't the reason for that one. Guides and rules do let everyone have more fun. What is a game if not simply a very specific set of rules that tells you how to have fun? I challenge you to argue that. Oh, why, hello there, Aunt Judy. Do you guys get the Mandalorian all the way up there in Montana? Do you know who this cute little fella is that we're building today? Okay, so we don't have one single pin sticking up here, but I think there's enough greebling going on to be able to use it all as a guide. Well, I suppose that's good enough, Aunt Judy. As long as you know who he is. Okay, this guy. Ooh, it's going to be aligned here, and will be flush across the top. There we go. Yeah, and that locks that in there nice and tight. So we have one side of the child done. On to bag 3, which is going to be the opposite side. Thank you. A lot of more flat brown pieces, so more of the same. Though ultimately a little different. Giving it that natural look. He is adorable. And always hungry. This is... Sometimes I don't understand why they break something up into 2 pieces when it could have been one. for example, right here, they have us place this guy, and then they have this place this guy, and it ends up being inside of it like that. So inside of it, and it's flush. So they could have easily just given us a 2x2 brick instead of two different bricks. And I don't know, like, I doubt they're doing it to artificially inflate the number of pieces you're using, but I don't know if maybe using two different ones like that will allow it to grip a little bit better. I don't know, and I wish I did. Wish I understood why they did that. I'm sure there's a reason, but that's one thing that I've had a hard time coming up with a logical reason behind. Sometimes it makes sense. Oh, Aunt Judy, he will eat just about anything he can put into his mouth. On other sets it makes sense, because sometimes they will have like, say, the deck of a ship, where the whole deck is going to be flat. And you could use big flat pieces, but they'll use different pieces and have them offset, so it actually looks like a tiled wooden planks across the board. So that makes sense. But for something like this, which is going to be in the middle, and there doesn't need to be any sort of breaks for any sort of artistic reasons, I wish I had an open line of communication with these guys so I could understand. Just because I'm curious. I presume to question. That's how we learn.
You have to hypothesize in order to discover.
Scientific process. Okay, this guy attaches. Let's see here, that one's going to go there. That one aligns like that. Okay.
How long did you say you thought this one was going to take?
This one's probably going to take, I would say, no more than 2 hours. Maybe close to 2 hours. Yeah. Yeah, this little creature is kind of like a lab. Anything that it can get its mouth on, it wants to chew. Actually, yeah. Come to think of it, it doesn't really chew. It just swallow. It just wants to always be eating. Maybe it's more like a teenager. We have pretty much the same close to the same footprint or profile, depending on which way you have this oriented, as this one did. This is the parts from bag 2. RPR Terra. Well, hello Terra. Welcome to the stream. I haven't seen you on here before. Are you a Lego fan or a Mandalorian fan? Or both? Almost done with this one, and I'll hold it up again. I find these sorts of things, particularly the way they're irregular, I find them very good. I really love the shape of these things. This, which some people might think is completely flies in the face of my well-developed sense of OCD, but I love the shape and the texture that they can get with these, and I think it's really impressive that you can get something so such an interesting shape out of Lego bricks. You normally expect Lego bricks to all be straight edge, right corners, but the further back you are, this actually has, it's got a curve to it, and it kind of looks like robes a little bit. So I find them really impressive, these sorts of things. All right, and now we are on to the next bag. This bag goes over here. Yes, very organic. Okay. There. All right, on to bag 4. 1 second. Okay, we're just building up our little body here, and now we're on to another side. What was that, Tara? Or Tara? guessing that's the front, and this is the back. Back here, it kind of has a curved thing. It looks like it'll be the back of its kind of its hood. Hey there, Bo James. Channeling your what was it, Pootie Shoe? For those of you not in the know, there's a series called Mythic Quest, which is about a team developing a fictional online game called Mythic Quest, and it's making fun of the industry of game developers, but also not just developers, but people who play them and everything, and it's a fun show. And there's a kid on the show called Pootie Shoe, who's supposed to be a streamer. He's just the worst. Oh yeah, we're real big fans here of the Mandalorian and Baby Yoda. It's adorable. If you, for anybody who's joining the stream now, missed at the beginning of the stream, we actually have a very, very, very tiny little Baby Yoda here. About half the size of a normal minifig. I don't know if a microfig, I don't know if that is a term that is already used for something else. But for now we can call that a microfig, but it's just so dang small and cute. Bo James, do you know how long it's going to take before the Ecto 1 starts shipping out? I know that's what you're waiting for at this point. Lego Fig Nano, yeah. Nano Fig. Oh, really? It's that quick? I didn't realize. That's a pretty quick turnaround. Okay, so you'll have a set to keep you company over the Thanksgiving break. That's good. Alright, there's a lot going on. We're using these sorts of pieces now, so that leads me to believe that this is going to be perhaps where we attach an arm on the side. Yeah, when you build a Technic set and the gears don't do what they're supposed to do, that's no bueno.
I would say it's something you put together wrong.
Yeah, if you've done something wrong at that point. In the Technic set, every gear matters. We are just about done with this bag, and just about, yeah. There we go. So James, I'm gonna have to start whispering into your kids' ears about which sets. I know you bought that one to make them happy. I'm gonna have to try to convince them to get you to buy other Technic sets now. Okay. So probably have an arm right there. Oops, holding it too high. Sorry. Probably have an arm coming off right there. This will be the front. This will be the back. The head will attach here. So I would imagine. Here we are, bag 5. In bag 5, we're going to be building the other side. So. Put our little guy up here. Okay. So let's see here. So this is bag 5. We've done bags 1 through 4. So this set had 8 of them. So we're about halfway done. Same with the pages. We're about halfway done on the pages. So 50 minutes in. Yeah. Should be about at the halfway mark right here. In most measurable ways. If anything, I would say probably most of this flat work like this actually probably takes more pieces, so we're probably further along than it even seems at this point. Oop. There we go. This will be our final side. And as promised before, every single side has been different. Which not only gives it that better look that we talked about, but it also keeps it more interesting. Instead of making it feel like you have to build the same thing 4 times in a row, you build 4 different things, and it's more interesting that way. Here's some pieces for attaching another arm shortly. Okay. And somebody had asked me during the last build if I tried to line the connectors up as they show in the instructions, and I said for the most part no, but sometimes yes. And this is one of those times where I am intentionally going to line them up the way they show in the instructions. As you can see here, the connector actually oriented this way has a vertical slit going through it. Put it this way, you can see it would be horizontal. And that slit in the middle, they actually show it in the instructions, and sometimes it matters and sometimes it doesn't. And you never know whether it will or not. But for something like this, I try to align them, the bigger ones like this I will align, because depending on which way the slit goes, it can make it easier to attach pieces to it after the fact. And sometimes they have enough foresight, I don't know what the right word is, to align them the way that makes it just a little bit easier to attach pieces to them later on. So for something like this, for these bigger sorts of ones, it can actually make a noticeable difference. So this is the sort of situation where I actually do pay attention and try to keep them going the way that they appear to be going in the instructions. It is not necessary, but it does, like I said, it can make a noticeable difference, making it just a little bit easier to attach things to it later on. Ooh. Okay, I think we are done with bag 5. Yep. Toss this on this guy over here. And those. So one thing that was nice, this flat piece when we put it on, so when we were building it up, we actually had this flat piece had some pieces coming off of its side, which line up with all of these other ones that are coming off of the side over here. So what that means is when we put this one on here, it will actually not just attach to that center core, but it also locks this piece into place. And so there's actually multiple locks on multiple sides holding everything together. So now it's a very much more solid central core here. So kind of like a football. go. Batmobile, yes. I built that one. No, not the Batwing, the Batmobile. Built that one pretty close after it came out. So it's downstairs on the shelf. Haven't figured out the right way to display the Batmobile and the Batwing together yet. Because where the Batmobile is, there isn't really a whole lot of room for it, but it's the right place for the Batmobile. But there might have to be a new right place for the Batmobile, because it does belong with the Batwing. I also have the Tumbler, which is a set that Chris Bailey absolutely can't stand. And I was thinking about building the Tumbler. This is the Tumbler right here. I was thinking about building this guy to go along with the Batwing and Batmobile, so that all of Batman's vehicles could live together somewhere. But I need more display spaces. I don't really have enough.
No, you can't buy a new house.
I am told I'm not allowed to buy another new house. Oh, that one flew away. All the way down here. Okay. There we go. This is definitely going to be the start of an arm. You can see on the back here, there's these holes which will be used to connect somehow. Maybe it won't be an arm.
Here?
I don't know. Yep, it's going to be the arm on that side. That's going to fit there. And we have plenty of sideways studs to be able to attach things to give it all of the shape that it should have. Well, with all due respect, Aunt Judy, I believe my garage already is a showroom. Just not for Lego. Cars need a place to rest their head as well. What I need to do is build another room on the house going that direction over the driveway. That would be the correct solution, I think. How do you go about getting blueprints for your house? Is that something that they have on record at the county or something, where you can go in and give them your address and ask for the blueprints? Is that a thing? Is that possible? Ooh, that one didn't go together very well. There. Oh, third story. That's another good idea. So I don't believe that would be allowed. I don't think.
Because our homeowner association was texting that real quick.
I don't know about the HOA. I think it'd be more Campbell that would be shooting us down. Building out sideways, as I mentioned already. So we're getting, this looks like it's maybe going to be a shoulder or something here. On the back, that's where it'll attach the body, and then it'll have more shoulder of the robe, maybe. Waiting also to see Taco Cub hop on today, assuming that he would, because tomorrow is Taco Cub's birthday, and he definitely needs a birthday shout out. So hopefully he'll be showing up before the stream's over. If not, happy birthday, Taco Cub, and I will send you a link to this timestamp of the video later.
An hour and 3 minutes in.
I think we have a little claw right here. I think that's going to be its little fingernail, maybe. Oops, upside down. Oriented this way, this way. 2 of those. What? Tomorrow's Aunt Judy's birthday? Do I not have that on my calendar? Oh, shoot, I do! Yes. Happy birthday a day early to you too, Aunt Judy. Can't believe I almost missed that. All right. Here we go. So we get our little hand coming out here. Oh, that's pretty cute. There we go. So you can see on the side of this guy here now, we've got 3 little fingers. And you can kind of position it a little bit. Hand moves around somewhat, not a whole lot. I'm guessing we're going to build the other hand here. Those will be the pieces where this attaches here. And one of the things that they did that was clever was the arrangement of these connectors on the sides were spread out further on this side. And instead of making it all uniform on both sides, by having them slightly more spread out, this arm could not have attached over here. So even if you weren't paying attention, you accidentally tried to put it on the wrong side, you wouldn't be able to. And this set has the exact piece in it, a 2x2 one like this, that they could have used when I was mentioning it earlier. And one of the reasons why I thought they might not have it is because they didn't want to include any of those in this set, but they have included them in this set. So all the more reason for me to be confused why they didn't use that piece earlier. The only thing that could possibly make sense for that would be that by splitting it up into two pieces instead of just using the one, maybe two pieces holds tighter. That's really the only thing that I could think of. Because otherwise there's no reason. It's not like going from 1,072 pieces to 1,073 pieces. It's really going to make that much of a difference for the price of the set. Or vice versa. It's a mystery. Fit on here and align like that. Okay. a real complicated block. It's neat how many different directions all of the Legos get to be going, every single which way. It's kind of fun seeing them grow out the way that they do. Interesting. Okay, we're going to make another little claw very similar to the last one, except I saw on the box for this one, this claw is actually going to be holding on to something. So I think it'll be oriented differently. Okay, another little fingernail. Okay, this one was the thumb. Or, I don't know if you even would call it that. Okay. Need a couple of fingernails. Another little hand here. A little hand. Pop that in over here. And then that will attach to there. There we go. So, pretty much everything from the neck down we have done here. This hand will eventually end face up so that it can hold on to something, but there we go. It's looking pretty good for now. On to the next bag. 2 bags to go. 3:15. It'll probably be done in a half an hour. Ooh, okay. This one's a big tray, so maybe this one will take a little bit longer. I mean, not much longer, but might be closer to 2 hours than I was thinking it might be. Any surprises with the last tray over there?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
It's probably only 2/3 the size of when you're working on now, maybe 3/4 the size when you're working on now.
Okay.
What you're working on now is the biggest one.
Okay. Piece sorter says that this one is the only one like this. So, no surprises coming after this. Yeah, she does a great job with these trays. Whoops. Oriented that incorrectly. Okay, so what we're working with here, this is that ball right there is going to fit into this guy here up on the top. So this is this is going to be his head. Yeah, maybe we should spin off and make a second stream. We could stream in parallel. It could be
sorting.
Lex sorts.
You could add. Can't you just add another like in the corner or something?
Yeah.
Instead of your rotating CD, just have me in the corner. Just my hands sorting.
Mm-hmm. Could do that.
You just miss your shorts and your elbow. And then you can see me just go. I'm gonna drop something.
I was expecting the head to be the most complicated part of this guy, so it actually does make sense for there to be all of these pieces. In the show, it's neat how expressive a face he has, and when you think about that, it's it's a Muppet. It's very very impressive how much expression, how much emotion that they're able to convey.
They have different ones, like one that he's just carrying him, and one that when he's sitting in his chair.
Certainly. It's also interesting to not really know which orientation something will eventually be once it's complete. Like this thing that I'm building up right now, his head, I have no idea which direction is up on this at this point. So it's fun to see it take shape and then sort of guess which way it's going to be going. Surprising. Curious too. It's got some pretty big ears. Not sure. I don't know if the ears are here. That might be what that last tray is over there. getting into an area where I think that's the neck. I think we might have some eyes coming in into existence here. That is very true. Okay. Oh, yep, that turned around. Bendy bits. Definitely going to be a face. Complete with a very well pronounced brow here. Okay, looks like we get to make some weird eyes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. These guys. And there's something here telling us about how to orient some stuff. I'm not really sure what it's telling us. There's a graphic in here that I don't really understand. So maybe if I start building, something will be confusing and then the graphic will help. I don't know. But yeah, this step 285 here, I don't know what that's trying to tell me. Like most of the time, if there's a graphic like that, even if I don't need it, I still understand what it's trying to tell me. I understand the purpose of what it's going for. But I don't get this at all. It's weird. There's really only one way for these pieces to go together. I'm not sure. I have no idea what that means. There's no ambiguity whatsoever. That can only go together like that. Oh, I see now. There's actually a pupil on the eye. If you can, I don't know if you'll be able to tell with the quality of the video here, but you can see a pupil on it. And right now it's facing upward. and I just lucked out and got those going the right way. Huh. How do you know? Alright, well, we got that right. Cool. Pupils. Wild. Okay. That was really exciting. Sorry for the distraction there. Okay, got a little nose. Oh yeah, that all locks together real well. And it's having us use a dark red piece so that the inside of its mouth will have a very, very faint dark red color in it. So it will actually look like the inside of a mouth. That's great. There we go. Bottom of the chin down here. Or its neck. See, so when you can see that when it opens its mouth, there's just a hint of red in there. Its gums, or maybe its tongue. I'm not sure. The blood of the child's victims. Yeah, there you go. That's accurate. I like that. Also, hello, Copper Top. Yeah, there's just so many pieces going in every which direction, every which way. It's almost impossible to keep track of what the original orientation was. I personally see that as the sign of a good set. Means they really have a mastery over getting shapes and pieces to go a certain way, and it really allows them to really create exactly what they're looking for. Oh, this might be an ear. I don't know anymore. I have no idea what these things are going to be. This actually, yeah, this is going to be an ear. It's got to be. finish off the underside of the ear and the back side of the ear. That. Here we go. Cute little ear. Okay, so that needs to be that way. Then this goes over here that way. And those go into that. There we go. All right, let's build the other ear. And the ear flare out over there, and now, yep, that. Goes like so. All right, and that is really the end of this one. Okay. And now we're on the final bag. So, yeah. Definitely done by 2. Or definitely done 2 hours. Be done by 4. Okay, so we're getting. We have a little mouth we can move. We got some ears that we can position. All right, we're probably building the top of his head now. BD1 is objectively the cutest Star Wars character. BD1. BD1. Which one's BD1? BD1. Is that the little garbage droid? Which one's BD1? I can't think which one that is now.
It's the little droid on your back in Fallen Order.
Oh, the droid on your back in Fallen Order. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That is a very cute. Yes. But the cutest? I don't know. Baby Yoda is pretty special. I'm not sure if I agree with you. I might say BD1 is the second cutest.
Cutest droid?
Cutest droid, sure. Hate to tell you this, Coppertop, but I think you might be wrong. Where's the piece that I need? There it is. Oriented like that. How does that even attach? Huh. Okay, that needs to go there. That fits together. It's perfectly, obviously. Objective scientific fact. Okay. I think we may just have to agree to disagree.
Oh my gosh, you can get one on eBay. They're super cute.
Yeah. Baby Yoda's got some growing up to do. That's for sure. Okay, we're almost done with the head here. Also, how cute can BD1 be if Lego hasn't yet capitalized on his cuteness and built a set, designed a set?
But that's what isn't that an EA thing? Maybe they don't have licenses.
Shouldn't stop them.
Well, I agree.
Yeah, you know, baby Yoda's made it. Since Lego has designed a set for him. Oh, okay. It's a whole lot of little pieces. There. Oriented like that. Like that. Okay, how these go across. Okay, that looks like a top of a head right there. Possibly. Or the back of his head, which might look ridiculous. Yep, sorry. I think back of the head, not the top of the head. Need to be on there. There. Okay. Let's attach the back of his head. There we go. And now we'll lock all of that into place. Like so. working on our little happy face here. Okay, little eyebrows, green little eyebrows. Everything's green. Okay. There we go. There's our head with positionable ears and his little mouth. There we go. And he can either have his head looking forward. There's a little bit of movement, so you can actually articulate that quite a bit. That's really cute. And now we get to make this little thing.
I should have given you a little frog.
Okay. There we have the little shift knob ball. And we can flip the hand over. Have him holding on to that right there. Alright, so now he's holding his little toy. There we go. Make him happy about it. Cute. All right, all that's left is to build the base for this thing, which will just that'll fly together, and then we're done. So, time estimate stands. Hardest part here, as always, putting on the sticker. Good. Sticker. And we'll put these on the back side. Finish it off. And there we go. Stand our baby Yoda right there, and we're complete. There we go. Ready for the bookshelf downstairs. Ta-da. So once again, thank you all for showing up. No build tomorrow, and then next weekend we'll be back on Sunday. So you get a week off. Enjoy your Thanksgivings, and see you all not tomorrow, but the Sunday after. And that's that. So see y'all later.